Hey, good afternoon, class. Hope you're doing well on this Monday afternoon. Never too late to enjoy a cup of coffee. So, I just wanted to welcome you back to week 4, and this is a big week because we're almost at the halfway point, and that seems kind of crazy. It seems like yesterday we were just starting and jumping into chapter 1 and getting to know each other through our introductory posts, etc. So, it is flying by. Hopefully for you, it's flying by maybe in a good way. You're enjoying what you're learning and all of that. So week 4 is also a big week for a number of other reasons. Today, Monday, is the last day to turn in your response paper 1. So far, I've gotten several of those. I've read through the ones I've gotten so far and given feedback, and they've been great so far, so I'm looking forward to reading the rest of those. But be aware they are due by Monday, 11:59 p.m. Anytime after that, they will be assessed a 40% late fee, so please get that in on time. Then rather than suffer the late penalty. You've also may have noticed on the calendar that I've uploaded Exam 2. It's now active and live. Exam 2 covers chapters 5 through 8, and that will be open until next Monday, which is the 3rd, July the 3rd, until 11:59 p.m. And I want you to be mindful of that because I understand that 4th of July is coming up, and maybe you might have 4th of July weekend plans. Maybe you're going out of town, so keep that in mind. The exam, the exam date, you have more than a week to take it. So, but be mindful if hey, I'm going to go out of town on the 2nd or the 3rd or whatever, or the 1st. Be aware of that and kind of plan accordingly. Be able to maybe take the test if you're out, or take it before you go. So let me know if you have any questions regarding the exam, regarding the contents of the exam. Questions about the material before you take it. If you need any last minute review questions or whatever, you can run those past me to make sure you understand. So, but it covers chapters 5 through 8. It'll be 50 multiple choice questions. You don't have a time limit. And it's equally distributed amongst the chapters, and really I try to focus on the big topics of each chapter, so if that helps you in studying and all. So that's active. So for this week, of course, before you take the exam, it's important that you read chapters 7 and 8. Those are the chapters we're covering this week. Chapter 7 is mostly about cognitive psychology. It's thinking and language, so we're getting into some theories about cognition, about how everything works between the ears. Not from a biological standpoint, of course. The brain is referenced, but then we're getting into things and parts of cognition, really important parts of human cognition, such as problem solving. There's a big focus on problem solving. From minor problems to very large problems, we use very similar strategies. At the end of the chapter, you'll be addressing language, which I think is a very fascinating topic. All the similarities between all of the different languages that exist. They're very different in their structure, or in terms of the sounds and things like that, but they're very similar in structure and nature. So hopefully you'll enjoy that portion of the chapter. I really do. I think linguistics is very fascinating. Then you'll move on to chapter 8, which is about lifespan development. It's about studying human life from before birth all the way to death and everything in between. And so really the heart of this chapter is focusing on physiological development, cognitive development, socio-emotional development, and moral development. So you're going to be looking at some different theories and ideas of development. There's some big names in this chapter that you'll need to be familiar with, and their different theories. Piaget and cognitive development, Lev Vygotsky and cognitive development, Erik Erikson and psychosocial development, Lawrence Kohlberg and moral development. So those are some of the big names that you're going to be seeing in this chapter that it's important that you understand the differences between their theories. So that's kind of the big gist of the lifespan chapter. So chapter 7 and 8. Afterwards, there is a discussion focused on chapter 8, specifically focused on Erik Erikson's theory, his stages of psychosocial development. So make sure you're familiar with those stages and be able to engage in the discussion. You'll need to create your own discussion post and respond to 2 separate posts by Friday at 11:59 p.m. So let me know if you have any questions about the discussion assignment or the contents of chapters 7 and 8 before you address the discussion post. But that, again, is due by Friday. And I also want to give you guys a special heads up. I'm leaving for Denver, Colorado here in a few days. So normally I record these videos on Monday morning, but next Monday I will not actually be at my computer. I'll be back the next day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record a video on Thursday, the day before I leave. So I have access to my computer and I can post that. And I'm going to send it out to you guys a few days early, but it's for week 5. If you're still working on week 4, just disregard it until week 5. But I just wanted to give you a heads up that I'll be posting another video soon. A little earlier than usual, just because of some special circumstances. My laptop that I have with me is old, and I don't trust it to, take it with me for the trip and record and upload. It may crash on me if I try to do any of those things. So I'm gonna just record it early before I go. So with that in mind, this week, make sure you get your response paper 1 turned in. Read chapters 7 and 8. Respond to the discussion posts as well as to 2 of your peers. And then exam 2 is open until next Monday at 11:59 p.m. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'll be in Denver, but I do have my phone with me, which has my OSU email on it, so I can respond to your emails. Just give me a little more time than usual. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Can't believe we're already at the halfway point, and hope you guys have a wonderful 4th of July weekend. So I will see you on 4th of July. All right, take care. Bye.